Hickok 45 here. Of course, all of you know that Smith & Wesson is famous for manufacturing, tens of thousands of lever action rifles through the years. So let's just try one, okay? You probably own 4 or 5 of them, don't you? This one's 44 Magnum. Yeah. It actually shoots. Boom. Hit the gong again. Yeah. How about a 2-liter? Oh, 44 mag. Oh, where'd I hit him? Yeah, in the wrong place apparently. That got him. Oh, let's smoke a little pot here to start off with. Let's don't say we did. Ran out of ammo. Got a click. You don't want to click when you expect a bang, right? Or a bang when you expect a click. So yes, enough foolishness. This is the Smith & Wesson model 1854. And it is a lever gun. So who knew? Who'd have thunk it? We got what? Kimber started making revolvers a few years back. Oh gosh, yeah, Daniel Defense is now making a 9mm pistol. Smith & Wesson's making a lever gun. Who knows? Glock will be making coach guns, 12 gauge next, I guess. So it's great that we have lots of choices, and Smith & Wesson actually has a little bit of history. It might be a little bit of a stretch, dwelling too much on their heritage, but they've been around forever, since the 1850s, and Daniel Wesson and Horace Smith were instrumental in the volcanic, and many of you have asked us to, hey, get a volcanic. And they were mainly handguns. I think maybe they had a long gun or two, but they were mainly a lever action handgun, and Smith & Wesson were instrumental in that. And so the Smith & Wesson's tying this back to that. Well, I don't blame them. It's part of their heritage. Maybe a little bit of a stretch, but the volcanic took a rocket ball, weird kind of cartridge and all that sort of thing, prior to the innovation of actual, copper and brass cartridges with primer and all that sort of thing. But anyway, so now they're making lever guns, and they're calling it the 1854. You may have seen something on it already. There's videos out there on them from people who had them early and different things. We got this from Buds, which we really appreciate getting it on loan. So once it was out there, I wanted to try it out. You might know, if you've been around a little bit, I like lever guns, right? This might not look like many of my lever guns, stainless and polymer, and of course Picatinny rail, right? I don't think I have that on any, do I? My lever guns, maybe that Marlin, no. And I should be loading this while I'm yakking, shouldn't I? And one thing I was going to try, I haven't done yet, were some 44 special, which I will do, okay, a little bit. Oh, I wanted to tell you too, well, before I do that, don't forget to go over to the Hickok 45 Clips channel, okay? It's us. We've done an intro to it and all that kind of thing. John's working hard every morning, I think. He posts a clips video. It's a clip from one of our videos, on the main channel we've done, whether it's 10 years old, 15 years old, or 2 years old, or whatever. And every morning he posts something over there, so check it out, okay? In fact, you might be watching it right now. Come think of it, this could be part of a clip, yeah. But anyway, don't forget that. Yeah, I haven't tried special, and I wanted to remind people too, and I told you all to not let me forget. You're about to let me forget. I brought this out a couple of Sundays in the Sunday morning video. Don't forget those every Sunday morning. And I had a little hang up with it. And I still, for the life of me, I'm not sure what I did or what the gun did, but one round got kind of out of the magazine there, and I couldn't go either way with it. I'd been shooting it a little bit, and I just had another firearm out, I think, and I just had to, I didn't have a screwdriver or a pry tool with me or anything, so I just didn't shoot it anymore. And I came back to the bar and got in there, I just pushed it out with a screwdriver. And I can't get it to do that again, so I don't know what that was about. I have shot it 3 or 4 different times since then, and you saw in the Sunday video, the next Sunday video, I brought it out again for that reason and shot it. And in fact, it seems to be the smoothest double or lever gun, maybe, that I don't know about that I have a lot of lever guns, but it feels smoother, and operationally it's just smoother than most lever guns. So I don't know what that was about. So just wanted to remind you, you don't like to hide anything other than my low IQ. So one thing I have not tried, and I've got some, this is some Steinel. I was going to try specials then, and I just haven't done it, so let's just do it in video. Sometimes a 357 Magnum will not feed 38 Special quite as well, or a 44 Magnum will not feed 44 Special quite as well. Why would that be? Who knows? This is a quiz. Well, it's because the 44 Special is a little shorter, okay? And, you know, that's just might require, I don't want to put too many in here. Let's make sure I'll feed them. All right. Yeah, I guess it's mainly a hunting rifle, and you're more likely not going to be, you know, shooting specials, but I am. Click. Okay. Seems to okay. Seems like one of them might have acted. Yeah, I don't know about that hang up I had in the Sunday morning video. Like I said, I don't know if something I did, I was going to look at that video and see if I could tell, and I didn't do it, but if I don't know, got to working the lever incorrectly, whatever that would have been. So we got more specials here. Let's try it again. Yeah, let's get that one. Maybe it doesn't feed specials. Yeah, as well. Okay, we might have learned something. There's a couple more in there. Okay, that's all of those. So maybe, yeah, maybe not, I don't know. If you're not in a combat situation, or you have encountered that big buck you've been trying to get, you know, maybe it's not a big deal if you're just on the shooting range. So let's try some more Magnums, because it has done just really well with Magnums and been functioning very, very smoothly, and I've not had that happen. What was going on with those specials is kind of what I typically experience through my years shooting lever guns, is when I go to the shorter cartridges, you get a little iffy function sometimes. Okay, these are the Magnums. Kapooey! Blew that one down there a ways, didn't it? Whew. Oh man, how about you, Ram? All right, red plate. Feels good. I don't like the looks of that hog right in the middle of the field over there. Yeah, need to knock him down. I don't like the looks of that cowboy right there. Woo! Click. Okay. Yeah, it has a smooth action. So, yep. Anyway, so it runs around 12 MSRP, 1270, I believe was the MSRP. And, you know, you got the brushed stainless or the bead blasted finish or whatever in your polymer. Again, for a traditionalist like me, you know, not my favorite configuration, but I have to say it has grown on me. I've had it for 2 or 3 weeks now. Every time I bring it out, I like it just a little bit better. It feels okay, and it doesn't look all that bad. If I could get the, it depends on what you're going to do with it. If you're going to put a optic on it, you know, you probably want that on there. I would probably, if I'm going to have this and not put an optic, I might take that Picatinny rail off it, and then maybe if I can put the, that's an XS ghost ring sight, get it down on the receiver, and it'd look like the rest of my, I like the Skinner sights or the XS, they're kind of similar. But that's what it has, the Skinner ghost ring or the XS ghost ring sights, and those are great. Those are great. Speaking of the furniture and everything, as I understand it, it will interchange with a Model 94 Marlin. So it's the same configuration if you wanted a different stock. Supposedly the forearm in the stock, you know, from an 1894 Marlin would fit wooden or polymer or whatever, I guess. And so you got that going for it. It's you know, it's got your in-lock slots there. That's kind of interesting, and it flattened out there, and so unobtrusive. So you could put whatever you want that you use an M-LOK for. Has a loading gate and also has a tube. Now, in one of the Sunday videos, the first one I guess, I was talking about, I could have loaded it through the tube and I didn't do that or whatever, and I just had just gotten it. But I have since learned, and from experience and what I've seen and read, it's really not for loading it. Okay, when you take that tube out, it is really just for emptying the magazine. See it, the whole thing comes out, and it's not like you're a lot of tube-fed, lever guns or otherwise, where you got a little slot that put rounds in. You really can't load it like that. Okay, you can unload it. You can take that out and dump them out. All right, so that's so that you don't have to rack them all through the chamber and out, which is not a big deal. I don't mind doing that. You've got the safety on this thing, the crossbolt safety, which we purists do not like necessarily, but you do have the crossbolt safety. And so if you're hunting with it, you can have one in the chamber and you put the safety on. So I can see it does have its function, especially if you're going to hunt with it and everything. Don't like large loops, that. I kind of like this one being blued. I don't know, instead of stainless. I don't know why. It just sort of blends or whatever. It doesn't feel as horrible as some of them do to me, but I grasp the lever like that. I don't ever put my fingers in it, and that's one reason I don't like them. Okay, it feels awkward to me, and so I just grab them like that. If they're not gigantic, it's not too bad, but I'd rather have the standard lever. Many of you, that doesn't bother a bit. You operate them like this, and if you're wearing big mittens, like the big Kentucky mittens, you can probably still get your hand in there. So it's a plus for many of you. I realize that. That's a minus for me. But even though it's polymer, and John Wayne wouldn't have carried a polymer, lever gun, it does feel good, and it's the lines and the feel of it, the texture, it does feel good. I have to say, if you're not an old traditionalist like me and you would like to get a lever gun, it's pretty nice. It feels good. It's sleek and all that. It's a Smith & Wesson. Believe that? Yeah. Also want to thank Alabama Holster, my favorite holster maker, or Kydex holster maker for sure. So they're a great supporter of the channel. Speaking of polymer and Kydex, make a wonderful little inside the waistband, outside the waistband, purse holsters, phone holsters, pocket holsters, you name it. So we really appreciate Alabama Holster. Check them out. I know a lot of you have. I haven't shot that target yet, have I? Yeah. So Smith & Wesson. Let's you know what I've got out here? Got some extreme penetrators from Underwood. Let's shoot some of these. You want to? I tried these. I think it was on Sunday, and just to see if they'd feed. Because they've got a fairly aggressive, at least aggressive looking bullet, right? And they seem to feed just fine. So let's penetrate something with this thing. This might be the kind of round you would carry if you're a hunter, and or you're in bear country or whatever it is. Now it holds 9+1. It's loosening up a little bit. It was pretty stiff. I had trouble getting more than 6 or 7 in when I first got it. And there we go. Push them in there. Lever guns are almost always different. Some load more smoothly and are easier to load than others. And they loosen up generally a little bit as you fire them, load them, and well, maybe pulled up. Okay. So extreme penetrators. Let's penetrate something. You want to? In an extreme manner. You reckon it'll go right through the cowboy? Let's put one on the gong. How did I miss? All right. How about a turkey over there? I don't know. In the lower rung. Oh, wasting ammo. I'm gonna put one on this buffalo right here. Yeah. How about that red plate over there? I think I'm empty probably. Probably I'm getting a different, I don't know, maybe a different, slightly different point of aim. I've not messed with the sights. They seem to be on close enough. We got 1,530 feet per second, 220 grain. It's pretty fast. It says, my guess is it's printing a little bit lower or a little bit higher than their standard 240 grain ammo. Take a couple more of those, what the heck. So that's something you always want to do. Whatever you're going to hunt with, or you're going to be keeping in the firearm, you want to shoot enough of them, put it on paper, and know where it's hitting, where it's striking. So you might already know from the close-up where I'm going. All right. So quite often a faster bullet will print a little bit lower, especially from a handgun. But it kind of depends. If you're shooting out with some distance, it might be the faster bullet actually strikes a little bit higher. I'm going to try that red plate again. I'm going to hold right on top of it. Okay, yeah, I think it was going a little bit lower. Yeah, there we go. I figured it out fast. Chloe, maybe more 2 liters. Oh, I got some pot though. I thought, oh, I was empty. That's right. Yeah. You want to get? Have you been penetrated yet, cowboy? How about this bowling pin? Click. Yeah, it functions very smoothly. So whatever it was that I was telling you about, I don't know what that was about. It seems to be fine. So I wish Smith & Wesson luck, on these things. They've got this also available in, I forget what they call it, a premium. It's got a beautiful wooden stock, and it's blued, and it's like $3,500. So it's a much nicer looking. I think it's a limited edition as well. But and you notice I do have my extender on here to make it longer. So you got that. I don't know that I would have any interest in that, because again, I am a traditionalist. If I were going to spend almost $4,000 on a lever gun, it would be a historical firearm. Probably it'd be an old Winchester or an old Marlin or something. But to each his own. And of course, it is threaded. It's 11/16 by 24, I think. So it won't necessarily take the suppressor you're using on your 45 pistol or whatever. We happen to have in fact, do we want to do it yet? Let me shoot just a couple more. I don't know. So it functions great with the Magnums. Let me try the special again, just for the heck of it. And of course, these are just one brand of specials, but standard length. Let's try that again for your benefit, so you will have a better idea if you have one of these on order, whether or not to stock up on 44 special yet, which is something I would never do if I had nothing else that fired 44 special or 38 special, and I were buying a lever gun like this in 357 or 44. I would definitely try one box, just make sure, because some of these lever guns, they don't want anything that's shorter than standard Magnum or whatever. There's a reason why, like semi-automatic 22 long rifles, lever guns, 22 long rifles. Quite often they don't feed shorts or longs at all. They just don't. So some of these will do reasonably well. All right, let's try it again here. Yeah, it's gonna be a little rough. Okay. Okay, that was just an empty case. All right, let's make sure. Okay, we're clear. Everybody see that? I just want to make sure I'm seeing air down. Yeah, there's nothing in there. I want to make sure there wasn't a squib load or something and all that messing around, but the rifle is clear. Yeah, so I don't know. it looks like it'd work, but you might have a little bit of issue. And it could be a different 44 special with different bullet configuration would, work just fine. I don't want to be too hard on people. I mean, you've seen some of the really incredibly tactical ones out there, right? Let's just try something different. We've got Underwood we've shot, a little Federal, Steinel, and I know we got some Steinel Magnum. Let's shoot some of that. Okay, it seems to like that length better, so we'll shoot. Now we won't be quiet, right? Because this is not 44 Magnum is not typically subsonic 1290. Okay, so it won't be silent. But that's what people do when they hunt. Y'all that hunt know more about it than I do. It's nice just to reduce the signature, isn't it? So it's not quite as loud. And 44 Magnum, these are, I think right now, as we're recording, they're only available in 44 Magnum. And that's what they started out with. So that's what we got, 44 Mag. It's hard to beat 44 Mag. You could do worse. So I don't know whether I should put my ears in or not. Let me hear one with my ears out, and that'll tell me what it sounds like. It won't be quiet, but it won't be quite as loud. Let's hit the gong. Okay, not too bad. I probably should have my ears in. Yeah, I'll put them in. It's not too bad, but I don't want to be deaf. All right. Really quiet with my ears in. All right. Where am I going? There we go. Holding a little bit too low. Got one more bullet for that bowling pin right there. It's where they jump off there a little bit faster than with a 9mm. I'll put a few more in and I'll let you go, okay? What do you not know about it? I don't know, there's probably a lot of things. It's all available. All the information's available. You don't need me. I just want to give you our impressions of it. For what it is, like I said, I like wood and steel better, or wood and blued steel better, especially in lever gun. But I like the sights, the excess sights. The ghost ring is nice and it feels good. It doesn't seem to be extremely smooth with specials, at least this one. At least not right now. I don't know. And but it's pretty impressive. Again, we didn't get this from Smith. So if something I don't like, I'll tell you about it. And I can't think of, in terms of the manufacturing of it, the design, the feel of it. It seems fine. I've told you about the things I'm not a fan of. Like the large loops and all that. Whether it's a Smith & Wesson or a Marlin or anything, but you probably are a fan of that loop. Those are pretty popular. It doesn't look bad, I have to say. I mean, the more lever guns, the better. That's my feeling about it. I'm glad for people to be making, and I am just delighted that they have become more popular. And hopefully John and I have played a small part in that. We've been promoting lever guns and single actions and revolvers for over a decade now. But they're just fun. They really are. And if yours is made of titanium or blued steel or whatever it is, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. I don't know what, get tight. All right. So there you go. What do you think of that, John Wayne, Wild Bill Hickok, Wes Hardin, Wyatt Earp? I bet your lever gun didn't have a silencer central suppressor on it. Okay. Oh, boy, it's so nice out here today. Let's just throw one. Let's put the crawl. I didn't show you the safety. Let me put the safety on. I typically don't use them. Okay, now it's safe. If I pull the trigger, it's not going to fire. Okay, it's got a block there. I forgot to put my ears in. All right, it's not too bad, but I'll put them in. Put the safety off, and let's quietly hit that buffalo. And one of those pins. I missed him. How'd I do that? There we go. Yeah, it really hits them. Let's go on back out to the gong in our last couple of shots here. Oh, we got another bullet. Cowboy, it's for you. Got your name on it. Yeah, so Smith & Wesson is now making lever guns. Wow, we're in the twilight zone, I think. But bravo, more power to you. And the more of these, the better. Yeah, it's a Smith & Wesson, an American-made, right? I guess. Yeah, lever gun. And there's lots of companies making them now. You could probably get one for, less than $1,200, but it seems like a nice one. It's a Smith & Wesson. So there you go. And you'll have that other configuration I talked about. It's wood and blue steel. You might not want to pay that much for one, most likely. But this one's available. And really, for what you get, for kind of an all-weather, seems to be a well-made lever gun, you might not get one a lot cheaper than that. That's made this nicely. Plus, you got your M-locks. It's got all that cool stuff. Got a little tactical thing going there. So anyway, pretty cool. Major negatives from my side that I can see. And yeah, so that's just my take on it. If you have one, let us know what experience you've had with it. Okay, because they're out there, and depending on when you see this, there might be a lot of them out there, right? So how's yours working for you? Like I said, you don't have a tube loading system. It's kind of an unloading system, so you don't have to rack them through. So it's not exactly like some of the Henry lever guns. I think most of them you can load through the tube, right? So that's how that works, and it's a lever gun. So glad you came out and helped me shoot at some. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. Really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com. And also, while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter. The real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.